Don't let this YouTube thing fool you. I'm very antisocial. Like, I don't like crowds. I don't like screaming next to the person next to me so they can hear me. That it just makes me uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? But even too, it's weird for me to meet new people because I'm like hyper respectful of boundaries. You know, I almost need someone else to push the boundary before I know what's acceptable. You know, because for me personally, I don't like being touched. Like, I still, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm better. But boy, my dad told me at my college graduation, you know, we have this thing, the alma mater, that you put your arms around each other and rock. You know what I'm saying? That shit was weird, but whatever. I didn't even know they did that. 4 years of college, I didn't even know that was a thing. But they did it. And when they touched me, my dad from the stand saw me flinch. You know, I don't like being touched. So I don't go out of my way to touch people. Now, luckily, I'm in construction, so I have to shake a bunch of hands, a bunch of fist bumps with the laborers and stuff. So that's helped me curb that weird little thing, little chink in my armor. You know what I'm saying? But like, I'm really respectful of people's stuff. That's why I say, again, don't let this YouTube thing fool you. I have strong opinions. I have very strong opinions. But when I'm in real life, how much of that really matters? I see a person in front of me. I see a person with unique experiences and a different upbringing. So I can't be mad at them for believing that. See, this YouTube thing is just where I vent how I feel without any influence of anybody else around me. You know, in real life, I actually sit down, shut up, and listen. You know, I don't argue about really anything with people. You know, a lot of people think I'm one thing or another in real life because I just sit back and listen. Because I don't get mad, because I don't correct them, because I don't get, you know, perturbed by them saying that they love or hate Trump or something like that. I don't care. Man, I love Trump because blah, 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 blah. Oh, really? And what else did he do? Okay, interesting perspective. I never even heard that one. I never heard that one. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, and you know, because you understand it, man. I'm like, hey, I ain't for or against the dude, but it's like, but you are. And tell me your story. Tell me your perspective. You know, that's just raw data that I could utilize at a certain point. You know, when people, like, I've had women complain to me about men. Men do this, men do that. And it's, unless you're like one of my friends or something like that, it's like, I just let you talk. I can see why you would say that. There is a lot of that going around. Now, sometimes I do throw my little general advice out there. But that's just a handful. You know, a lot of the young girls out there, you ain't dated no men yet. You 20 years old, 20 years old. You ain't even legally allowed to drink. Your brain ain't even done developing. This goes for men too, young little boys too. You know, so you haven't dated a woman. You haven't dated a man. So I'm gonna let you just keep on talking, but I try to always like balance them out a little bit before they get too polarized, before they both become unsuitable partners for anybody. You know, it's just sit back and listen. You know, just like you don't always have to include your opinions with everything, especially with random people you ain't never gonna see again. Now I get it, when people get closer to you, you can have those open conversations and you can have those disagreements with people that you know you're gonna be in a constant, you know, orbit of, like whether it's family, friends, you know, stuff like that. You know, but like if you're just passing someone and you're stuck like in line at the post office or something and you hear somebody talking about something, why do you have to interject? Why are you going to start a heated conversation with someone that you ain't never going to see again? Why? You know, it's like, respect people's boundaries, respect people's opinions, respect people's feelings. Even if you wholeheartedly disagree, you ain't never going to see that person ever again. And you're more than likely never going to change their mind in that brief little conversation. So just sit back, listen, and then let things be. Don't even put yourself in an environment where it can escalate. You hear what they're talking about? Keep your mouth shut. Your opinion does not always need to be spoken. Know that there's always a time and a place for everything. Just a little nugget I want to throw out there. Till the next one, y'all. Peace.